town halls as they discuss their plans to repeal Obamacare.
You know, Manu, as you know, the majority leader has given interviews over the last several days on this subject, hinting that he thinks the president may be pulling Republicans off message. Did this press conference exacerbate the situation for him? Is he going to be more critical today?
You know, he's a very measured, careful, calculating politician. He knows how far to go in pushing the envelope. So I doubt he's going to do anything that will provoke a major controversy or major fight with the president. But we have not seen him on camera yet making these remarks about the president's messaging, his tone, his tweets, his comments about things that are not directly related to what they're trying to do on Capitol Hill. So it'll be interesting to see the message that he tries to send to the White House, because as McConnell has said in these interviews, that he's made these message privately to the president of the United States, but Trump clearly has chosen not to listen to the majority leader.
Right. I mean, Manu, you're right. Mitch McConnell delivering a message to the president will be more measured than perhaps some other Republican lawmakers, but the words are going to be important. I mean, is he critical of this president for not, what he says, focusing on the agenda items that they promised the American people? Thank you, Manu. We'll get that in just moments. You're looking at live pictures of Marine One. Marine
One landing at Joint Base Andrews. The president getting ready to head to South Carolina. He's going to South Carolina to do what he promised during the election, do what he promised during the transition. He's going to go to Boeing, a manufacturing plant there, meet with the CEO, meet with workers. The goal is to talk about jobs. That's a work trip. Then there's a campaign trip in Florida. He's going to hold a rally.
A big rally tomorrow. He'll make this trip to South Carolina, but then he's going to head to Florida, obviously Mar-a-Lago, but he's going to hold his first rally as president. And what he says will be, what we're hearing, I should say, will be a very big rally, a campaign-style rally. Remember,
biggest ever. Biggest since the Reagan administration, at least. No, look, this actually is a campaign stop. I mean, it is a political stop as opposed to a governmental stop.
It's what he thrives off of. I mean, this did behooved him during the campaign, and obviously it's what he and the administration thinks he needs right now. The question is, to what end?
Well, it may be that what he's doing today may be more of what he needs right now, right? To go and actually do the work of the American people, to talk about manufacturing, to talk about jobs, to meet with CEOs, which he has been doing at the White House, but it's been overshadowed so much by, they don't like this word, but by the turmoil, by the chaos within the administration. Look, there's no permanent national security advisor this morning because the president was rejected by Admiral Bob Harward, a man respected on both sides of the aisle.
So what he's going to do here, and what he's done when he's made these visits to plants, from Carrier in Indiana on through Ford, et cetera, is he's going to meet with there will be a photo op, you can guess, with the chief executive. He will talk to workers, and he will press the importance of keeping jobs in America. This is also a company, Boeing, along with so many others, that he has been critical of on Twitter, criticized the cost of things that Boeing makes to the American taxpayer. Maybe they'll announce a deal on cost.
And it should be noted, Boeing has a lot at stake with a lot of the policies that the president wants to implement. China, for instance. Boeing actually does not want to see, tougher trade policy with China. Not at all. They do huge business in China. That's a source of enormous concern. And of course, Boeing also makes Air Force One. And the talk about making the new Air Force One, President Trump is about to get on the current Air Force One. The president wants those costs to come way down.
And here we see them opening the door of Marine One. The president about to come out. He's going to board this for a pretty quick trip down to South Carolina. At the same time as this is happening, the vice president is in Europe trying to reassure U.S. allies after that press conference yesterday. But again, the president going to South Carolina, meeting with these workers, meeting with the head of Boeing. This is a president that ran on a platform of jobs. This is a president who, as a leader of a business, said, I know how to get this done. He is in his wheelhouse today, no question, with this trip.
And you do wonder what the talk has been inside the White House this morning, because you saw the president delivering that news conference. He's getting on Marine One right now. You saw him. He claimed to be having fun during that news conference. You saw smiles from his staff during the news conference itself, but it received mixed reviews, to say the least, today. There are a lot of people, I think, in Washington, a lot of people in the media who looked at this and said this is not the type of news conference that is helpful to the president of the United States. You wonder if they looked at that inside the White House and said, we're going to do that again. We liked it so much, we're going to do it again.
Look, this is what his supporters tell me when I'm traveling around the country, and I know tell you, John, this is what they want. They want a president who's going to go fight for their jobs. And remember, jobs at a plant like this in Boeing are good paying jobs. They're jobs that you can support a family on. These are not minimum wage jobs. They want to see those jobs saved. They want to see more of these jobs because of deals that they believe this president can make. That's what he's going to likely discuss with the chief executive of Boeing, and perhaps he'll walk away with a little bit better price tag on the next Air Force One.
Although this one he's getting into right now still looks pretty good. President waving right there. You know, he's getting more used, I think, to flying on Air Force One. At first, he would walk right up without a wave. Now he knows you give the big wave to the crowd right there. Going to talk about jobs, hopefully not going